people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman. I love what she's doing. She's fighting for us. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
I want to bring Paul back in here very quickly before we get to our next guest. And, I mean, Paul, dude, I mean, you know, Ramesh was really speaking it, and he just dropped a bomb on people saying that, look, Sarah Palin and Mitt Romney are going to be the front runners. All these insiders and even the outsiders and the Palin people and the Romney people, they may be disappointed. What's your take on that? What's your take on that? That basically Ramesh was saying that neither Sarah Palin nor Mitt Romney are going to be the nominee in 2012. I mean, that's kind of shocked some people.
Yeah, I apologize for a second. I had to blip that on my phone.
No problem.
It is a shock. It is a shock. I would say, first of all, I just want to say I thought Ramesh was great.
Isn't he great?
Great having him on the show.
I know, I love him.
Same with Craig DeLuz earlier. I think that...
It's the John D. Villarreal radio show. You know we bring you the hot stuff.
That's right, baby. I love it.
That's it.
I think that Sarah Palin, in my personal opinion, is the front runner right now.
I do too. I agree with that.
Could, you know, is Ramesh? Ramesh didn't say that she won't win. He's just saying that he's not sure she's going to win or that Romney's going to win, and that the race is wide open. I do agree with that.
I agree that the race is wide open, but I think that if Sarah Palin runs and she wants to win, I think that she can win. I think that she will win. That's my personal opinion right now.
I agree with that. I think that Sarah Palin...
The only way that dynamic changes is if a Chris Christie or maybe a Marco Rubio or someone like that gets in the race. I don't think that Jim DeMint can really challenge her. But again, this is here in October of 2010. We still got a ways to go.
Let me just say, I'm a huge fan of Jim DeMint. Now, as I mentioned to you and Ramesh, I do know people that work in his operation. They're great. He's doing a good thing.
We love Jim DeMint. I just don't think that. I don't think he can knock Palin off the spot.
I agree with you. Yeah. If those two are basically occupying the same space, and I think Palin's a much brighter star than Jim DeMint is.
Hey, check it out. You know we have a lot of friends in Hollywood. You know that I have that whole Hollywood thing on lock and everything like that. And a lot of them are actually conservative. Now, you know, we have one of my producer friends, Bettina Viviano, and your friend as well. But we also we want to bring in Jack Marino and talk to him. This guy's a producer in Hollywood, and he's got a hot new film which really covers about the whole Vietnam experience. Jack, what's going on, man?
Hi, John. How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Tell me about your film and tell me about what's going on in Hollywood, bro.
Okay, right now I have a film called Forgotten Heroes that shows the Vietnam vets in a positive light. You can go to my website at ForgottenHeroesTheMovie.com. We're donating 25% of the DVD gross sales to the American Veterans Disabled for Life Memorial Fund.
That's cool.
Which is a charity that Gary Sinise is involved in.
We love Gary Sinise.
Oh, Gary's great. And,
so now, real quick, we were talking before about how, you've been working real hard to get this story out. It's a true story, right? And, and you were blacklisted for this? What happened?
Well, I made the film back in '88, and it took me 2 years to complete it. It's privately funded. By 1990, I started taking the movie around to all the studios. As an independent first-time director, normally when you take a film to the studio, they watch it once, maybe twice if you're lucky. But the third time you make a deal. I was getting 10 screenings from Disney. I got 7 from Warner Brothers. Between 5 and 8 screenings from the rest of the studios, all the mini majors. I mean, over 350 screenings between 1990 and 92.
Wow.
The people they were so impressed with the work because as an independent filmmaker, I managed to pull a lot of favors from friends and, I just get the biggest bang for the dollar as I could.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not saying it's the same type of film, but it's like one of those Tarantino joints or Woody Allen type of thing where it's low budget, but it's high quality.
That's right, and that's what I kept seeing it. But the thing is, I show the Americans as heroes. That's the problem. And I have no F words in my movie. I don't put F words in my film. So, so I show these guys as heroes on a mission. You don't see them complaining about the Vietnam War like you do in every Vietnam film. You don't see these guys as bitter. So I wanted to try to make a movie where the old black and white World War II style films like Objective Burma or Walk in the Sun.
Yep.
And I wanted to make those type of film with a little bit of Kelly's Heroes thrown in. So it's not your typical Vietnam picture.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. And so now, what what broke this thing open? Why did anyone say to you why we're not making it? And how did you change it around? How did you get this thing done?
Well, when I first started showing the distributors, the film to the distributors, they would tell me, first of all, they would say the movie's very profound and it was done well, but then they would say to me, like, this is not the kind of movie we'd pick up at this time.
Right.
So I said, well, what kind is it, you know? And I could never get a straight answer from them. However, the late Ashley Boone, who was the only African-American president of distribution at MGM in the history of Hollywood, he said it was very refreshing to see a film for the first time in his life that because I have two black characters in the movie. He says the first time I've never seen blacks stereotyped in a movie. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that was a nice compliment. And so I mean, Alan Ladd Jr. and MGM liked the film, but they couldn't get the approval from the bank for the P&A money. I came very close to getting a theatrical. Even the guys who took Platoon out wanted to take my film out 900 prints, but they wouldn't pay me for it, and there was no way I was going to give the film up for free.
Yeah, right.
So I would never see a dime,
How bad is it there? So, but it's great that people can get it now, and they go to ForgottenHeroes.com, and you can check it out right there, and you can...
Yeah, no, it was ForgottenHeroes.com.
TheMovie.com.
Right.
And then you can buy the DVD, and you get the whole 9 yards there. Now, how bad is Hollywood right now? I mean, I know things are changing, with Sinise and some of those folks, and our friends Bettina Viviano. I mean, and some of the folks, is it still really, really bad? Is it changing?
The liberals here in Hollywood run this town like a mafia. If you come out and you support Bush or anybody, you just do not work. You do not eat. This is incredible. They're taking blacklisting and turn it into an art form against conservatives.
Wow.
They would rather have you. If you had a felony conviction, they would accept your felony conviction instead of a conservative thought.
Well, I hate to say it, but it seems to be a lot of actors that are getting, and Hollywood types getting, whether it's Lindsay Lohan or Paris Hilton or others, and nothing against them. I like that. I mean, Paris was one of my MySpace friends and stuff like that. They're getting popped for stuff out there, and Robert Downey Jr., who I love, he went in rehab, and I don't know. I mean, he's doing okay now,
well, he's doing okay. I mean, but see, those guys are all established. I mean, like Mel Gibson, these guys, they're all established, and they were all established, like Mel was established in the late 70s, early 80s. So, but if you're coming up the road now as a conservative, this is why you don't see any 25-year-old conservative kids making A-level movies, and you'll never see an African-American young director who has the political ideals of Clarence Thomas. This never happened. They just will not hire them.